गोपकुमारमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अथ द्वादशोऽध्यायः। एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः। मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः। ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यमव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्। सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धय ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः। क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते। ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धरता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्। मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः। अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय। अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि। अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्। श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी। सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः। अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः। समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समसङ्गविवर्जितः। तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेता स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः। ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
उपस्थित भगवत भक्तों के रूप में मेरी अपनी ही आत्माओं, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखारबिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं है। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है।
दृष्टि sao paramachalate dekha प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पड़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा अपना मान भले टल जावे अपना मान भले टल जावे भक्त मान नहीं टलते देखा जिनके चरण कमल कमला के जिनके चरण कमल कमला के कटल से न निकलते देखा उनको ब्रिज करीर कुंजन में उनको ब्रिज करीर कुंजन में कंठक पद पर टलते देखा प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पड़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा अपना मान भले टल जावे अपना मान भले टल जावे भक्त मान नहीं टलते देखा निर्माण मोहा जित संग दोषा आध्यात्म नित्या विनिवृत्त कामा द्वंद्वे विमुक्ता सुख दुख संगे गच्छन्त्य मूढ़ा परमव्ययं तत् सर्वस्य चाहम् इति सन्निविष्टो मत्तास्मितिर्ज्ञा नमपोहनं च वेदे च सर्वे ब्रह्मेव वेदो वेदान्तकितवे दविदेव चाहम् वेदान्तकितवे दविदेव चाहम् You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly, and you'll be helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev, Jai Geeta Mataji. Stay blessed.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you and thank you for being with us tonight. Having said that, I would allow now to invite Guru Bhai Joshi ji to please take it from here. Joshi ji, over to you. Unmute yourself, Joshi ji. Unmute.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Thank you very much, Brother Peter. I want to personally thank again to Swami Geeta Kiran ji with beautiful meditation, crystal music with Bhagavad Gita verses. So soothing, so comforting. Thank you very much. At this moment, before I request our next speaker, Narendra Kapoor ji, I want to bring in for 3 to 4 minutes our dear brother Vivek Kamran to share something, the preparation of the conference that he's working very, very hard. So can you please take Vivek ji, unmute yourself and share your progress report or what can you do to make this conference the best ever. Unmute yourself, please.
I'm
Thank
unmuting and I'll be sharing something with you too. Let me see if I can do that. Jai Shri Krishna. So can you see this right now?
Yes, we do.
Vilaydi, beautiful, very, very beautifully done. We remember you in Minnesota when you spent all your time here at the Geeta Ashram. We don't know how to thank you, and we're hoping that you're coming for this conference, Vilaydi. We hope. And Dr. Prasad from California, you must come. There is no excuse, Dr. Saab. You must make it here. Otherwise, we will cancel the conference. How about that? You have to come. So, Vilaydi, thank you so very much. It's so beautiful to hear such serene music, meditation. What can we say? So this conference is really about getting to know yourself. And I really mean it. This conference is about self-discovery. Each one of ourselves needs to self-discover ourselves, who we are, what is our purpose, what are we doing here. So I was talking to Dr. Ved Sharma, who's our president here. So वो कहते हैं मुझे विवेक ये self transformation नहीं है बेटा, ये self discovery है. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, as you say. So self transformation, self discovery about ourselves, and then how does it lead to a whole bunch of peace and a purposeful life that we're going to be having here. So this conference is meant for the youth, to be very honest. A lot of the kids come and ask us here questions. So this conference, let me give you. So do you have Dr. Prasad, are you driving a BMW these days, or what are you driving these days, Dr. Prasad? So I'm driving a Subaru. So basically what we're saying is this conference is about controlling your desire, applying the brakes at the right time for anger management, watching your ego, and then you can drive this vehicle of yours peacefully. So that is the bottom line of this conference. And the two main things that describe this conference is chapter 18, 53, and 54. My parents were very fond of this. Kunal was very fond of this particular chapter. and this verse. So ye jo chapter or verse hai, this is very, very important. So from Bhutva Prasanatma, we all know about that. On Nashoti Nakangshati, we all know about chapter 50, verse 54. And to become such an Anand, right? That is what this thing is all about. How do we do that? So this is what we're going to be sharing. So with that, we have, these three Greek folks. Guru Ma, as you know, is in town. So we're asking Guru Ma also to let people know where she is to sign up for the conference. So Guru Ma is there, obviously. Swamiji, he's going to be in Malaysia right now. I was just speaking to him. He's in Malaysia these days, and he will visit Geeta Ashram Malaysia, Joshiji. They had mentioned to me. So he will be broadcasting out of Malaysia. How about that, when he's there? And Rupa Pai will be out of Bangalore, India. So she is very capable of dealing with young people. And the theme of this conference, as I said, is, and we have so many Maharathis, I think 9 Maharathis in this conference here, starting from Dr. Kapoor, Joshiji, Pradeep Sarnani. In Minnesota, we have 3 or 4 speakers ourselves. You've never heard them before. They're excellent, from Dr. Sharma onwards. So it's going to focus on these questions that the kids have been asking. What is the Gita all about? Please tell me. I don't want to hear Sanskrit slokas. Please tell me, where can I find peace of mind through the Bhagavad Gita? What is the connection with karma and connection destiny? How do I get some peace of mind? What do I need to do? And then how do we have a whole bunch of happiness? So I know that that Kapoor Sahib is going to be talking about keys to happiness, qualities of a perfect person, myself, how to get peace of mind. And this is going to be through Chandra Prakash. Connections with destiny is going to be Dr. Ved Sharma. Purpose of life and how to overcome grief, that is Joshiji. And what is Gita? There's an Ashok Sharma here. He's written quite a few books and through Amazon. And then Dr. Satya Kalra will be in here, and she will be giving a workshop as we talk. So the conference is about all of this. And Swamiji is just profound. I just don't know how to describe him. Some of you have met him. Dr. Prasad, you have seen him, met him, and he is just a reminder of Gurudev. We're so fortunate to have met him. And it is, his whole focus is, in one word, I think I'll put this slide up, is there's a way of living in the world and not being bound by it, without being bound by it. That's the essence of this thing in here. So just to make sure, and then Rupa Pai, obviously, extremely profound speaker with the younger generation. And the message of this Bhagavad Gita, I don't know if you've read this book. If you have not, get it and give it to your grandkids. It's a piece of work for sure. And then Swamiji's lectures, this is a 39-page booklet put together, hearing all the good stuff Joshiji, Peter G, all you guys have done. The lectures in Houston, Minnesota, Chicago, etc. And this particular one captures about 8 different lectures, and how His Majesty talks, how Guruji used to talk. So it's in Hindi and also in English. And this will be a fun little booklet to have with you. And इसमें जो keys on anger management है, ये गुरुजी के कहे जो शब्द हैं, उनके ऊपर है. So, and he describes it very, very beautifully. We'll do it at some other time, but you must come to the conference. And I want you to go to the Geeta Ashram site and sign up over there. It's very easy to do that and register yourself for the conference. And yes, when you come to Minnesota, there are host families here. So you do not have to stay at a hotel, etc. We've had quite a few people who have called so far out of California. And Dr. Prasad, we're looking forward to you. And otherwise, as I said, we will cancel the conference if you don't come. So we love you, and we would love to have you here. Kapoor Sahib is coming, Joshiji is coming, Arvind Bhatnagar, I can rattle on, Pradeep, obviously. So, but I think it'll be nice to have you But I think the main thing is get your grandkids to join the conference. Can you do that? I mean, this is in English. This is all in English. And we have a community here, a Guyanese community who don't understand Hindi, but their kids understand English. So please, for your grandkids, I would say definitely this is going to be a very nice conference for them. Register it. It's not a big thing to do. It's a $15 fee, but it's only for people who come to Minnesota. We just wanted to know kitne log aa rahe hain, right? And conference mein. But bahar se you can do whatever you feel to do. So this is what the conference is all about. So yes, drive your BMW carefully. Just wanted to remind you of the conference. Please join, and any problems in joining, let me know, or let Kapoor Saab, let Joshi ji know, myself, Pradeep, anybody know about this. So with that, I won't take too much time. So how many of you are coming? I'd like to have a vote of hands. Kuch to karo. Can we have a vote of hands here at least? You can join on Zoom, okay?
Yeah.
So we definitely join on Zoom. Dr. Prasad,
I shall join on Zoom.
Dr. Prasad, ye chalega nahi, ye nahi chalega.
I shall listen to everything.
We love you. We love you very much. So please join the conference. Just join on Zoom, whatever you feel comfortable. I think you love it. And we'll be recognizing a lot of people at the conference. And so please join us. With that, thank you so much. And I'm sorry to have taken so much time. Joshi ji, I apologize.
Thank you, thank you,
Jai Shri
thank you
Krishna.
so much. Thank you so much, Vivek. We are also working very hard. We are sending the email requesting people to book us, register for Zoom at least. I'll again make a campaign about it. Gurma will be in town, and I'll make an appeal to all of them to
Yes.
register for Zoom. Thank you very, very much. We need to know more about the conference. And the beautiful thing is that it is for the youth, for the girls.
Yes.
So we will do that.
Thank you.
Now I want to request our very dear friend Narendra Kapoorji to please keep it little brief today, because I have given some of your time to your very dear friend Vivek Kamran. So please, Kapoor Sahib, take it. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna and Jai Gurudev. First of all, I want to compliment my dear friend Vivek ji, who gave us a lot of information about the upcoming Geeta conference in Minneapolis. And I think he put a lot of man hours to organize this event. So we all should cooperate wherever we can, and in whatever shape or form we can, we should extend our helping hand. Having said that, let us talk about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Gita Shastmidham Punyam Ya Pathet Priyata Puman Vishnu Padam Vaproti Bhai Shokadi Varditaha Gita Adhyan Shilasya Pranayam Parasya Cha Naiva Santi Hi Papani Purvajanam Kritani Cha Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshami Mashuchaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansichanur Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Gurum. Today, with utmost humility, I just want to share with you quickly, because today the time is very less at our disposal. We want to hear Prasadji. He is the main speaker. And I just want to touch a little topic, the concept of yoga. Yesterday we celebrated world over the Yoga Day, which is dedicated to the entire world and biggest contribution by our nation, our adopted country adopted that. And Bharat Mata Ki Jai, I would say that is the biggest contribution to the world. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi was here in New York. I met him. I was a participant in the yoga exercises. And today he's in Washington, D.C. having royal reception at White House and then addressing the joint session. It's a great, great, great honor, and we all should keep our head high. It is only due to the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and from there, the concept of yoga comes in. Yoga means to unite, and it's a very unique word. But the question is, unite, what to unite? People have been using this word very loosely, but Bhagavad Gita is very serious about that concept. It is not a loose word, and it should not be used in that way. These days, there are a lot of commercialized institutions and establishments in the name of yoga and meditation. They go to India and get certain lessons and then come back and open the workshops. People who are still dressed in the official dress, they get down from the car and they pretend that they're going to attend the yoga session and meditation session. Are you kidding me? Yoga meditation is not like that. We have to bow our head and heart to the great Rishi Patanjali, who initiated this unique divine process of yoga, how to unite yourself to Jivatma, which is the integral part of Paramatma. That is what yoga and meditation is. And there are 8 steps. I'm just quickly touching it. We will discuss in detail at a later date. Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. These are the 8 steps. It has to be taken in the same order. Otherwise, Maharishi Patanjali would have not said in the same order. People are jumping and they are doing a lot of things and unaware of the scientific order in which the steps should be taken. The first step is Yam. Yam is the purity of your food. Before you start yoga, mind your food, what you are eating, what is prohibitive, not to eat. Violence should not be there. There should not be any dark energy, any type. Your thoughts should be pure. You must be having a lot of contaminated thoughts most of the time. That process has to be changed. And these 8 steps will help you to change it. And then your interaction with people should be polite, respectful, and truthful, not lip sympathy. These are the requirements. Non-violence, these are the requirements. Purity of your body. So this is the first step. Second step, I am not going into the detail. I'm just giving the taste and flavor. Second step is Niyam, which is the concept of time, respect for time. We don't respect time. And we pretend we are doing yoga and meditation. Are you kidding me? You are not the beneficiary. It is just the misconception and it becomes a ritual. People who do rituals, they are not the beneficiary in this pursuit of spiritual journey of their lives. So second step is respect for time on a daily basis, on each step. Bhagwan Shri Krishna gave the indication in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Aham Kalo Asmi, main time ho. So respect the time in every way. When you are respecting the time, you are respecting the divinity. You understand, we are a visitor on this planet. We don't have time. We don't have time. So respect the time. Third is asana. Your body must be flexible. If you lose the flexibility of your outer frame, which is the skeleton wrapped around by your skin, then the beauty of life goes away. People start suffering from arthritis and other ailments. Their joints are paining. They cannot do yoga. Yoga means flexibility. Your body should be flexible. And you have to do proper exercises with discipline. And the concept of Surya Namaskar comes in. I gave you the little indication that most of the people, they are sleeping, or Bhagwan, sun, Surya Devta, वो आकर चले भी जाते हैं, लोग उठते नहीं हैं. The concept of Surya Namaskar was to get up, get ready, mentally, physically, to welcome the majesty. Those are the divine thoughts. If you are a competent candidate to do the meditation and yoga. The third is pranayama. Pran means life force. Life force. Pran apan. So how to manage it? It is the automatic system. We don't pay attention to it. We are allotted fixed amount of inhales and outhales. Pran apan, the total number, everybody has their own number. It depends on you, on us individually, how you want to spend that particular number. It could be 3 trillion, 4 trillion, pranapan. You can take in 60 years, you can take in 90 years. So that is a technique to manage the life force that is called pranayama. So these 4 steps belong to the outer frame. And this is called Hatha Yoga. The second set of 4 steps, that is the Dhyan Yoga. And we will discuss that later on in our next presentation. So thank you very much, because I have to give proper and time to my dear friend Prasadji for his presentation. Jai Shri Krishna and Jai Gurudev.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you very much, Kabul Sahib. I love the way of yoga defined. Atma ko Paramatma mein jodna. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. U. Prasadji to please take it from here and give us a wonderful sermon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joshi ji. Please permit me to first say my sincere thanks to dear Vivek for his invitation to come to Minneapolis. I've been there when Kunal was there a couple of times, and with Maharajji, I had the opportunity to visit that ashram. I will be attending June certainly, and learn something from the discourses. We'll go there. Now, coming to today's talk, let me share the screen and start with prayer to Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Gurudev. Vansi Vibhushita Karan Navnir Dabhat Pitambara Darunabimba Phala Tarustha Purnendu Sundara Mukhat Arvinda Netrat Krishnat Param Kimapitat त्वमहं न जाने अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Divine souls, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev to everyone participating in today's satsang. As you all know, we are going through the last 3 verses of that Yajna segment. And now, in these 3 verses, Bhagwan is giving summary or the Mahima of Yajna. We dealt with this verse 31 just to make certain points clear again. Here Bhagwan is putting 2 things together. One, he is trying to explain the advantage or the end product of Yajna. After you have performed Yajna, whatever is remaining, if you partake that, then yanti brahma sanatanam. You attain the absolute truth, attain Brahma. You get liberated. That is the end of the result of performing the Yajna. So one thing is that you engage in Yajna and then you get a remnant, you partake that as an nectar, as Amrita. And he says that those who do not perform sacrifice, what happens to them? They have no way to attain, they do not attain even happiness in this world. What to talk about happiness in the next world? So the contrast is there, and this is this pattern throughout Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan shows both sides of the coin. If you do this, you will get this. If you do not do this, you will not get this. So the first thing here is Bhagavan is talking about those who perform Yajna, and after the performance Yajna, whatever is remnant, they take that as nectar, as Amrita. And those who do not perform Yajna, they end in misery. So leave that part alone. So the question is, there are one who engage in sacrifice, but how to offer sacrifice and how we can receive the outcome, the result, how they are. The 2 parts Bhagavan has mentioned in verses elsewhere, and there are several verses on that. The most important of those verses is verse 27 of chapter 9, where Bhagavan says, Yat karosi yat asnasi, yat juhosi dadasi yat tapassasi kaunteya, tat kurusva madarpanam. If you are performing Yajna, then whatever oblation you offer in the Yajna, all those have to be offered as surrender to him. You offer with bhav, surrender ka bhav hona chahiye, samarpan ka bhav hona chahiye. You offer whatever you offer. Here he gives all kinds of detail. Yat karosi, yad asnasi, yad juhosi, whatever you do, you offer. When you offer that, you offer with complete austerity, you offer with complete surrender. So that is the definition of bhakti as given in Narad Bhakti Darshan. Naradji describes, or he defines bhakti. What is bhakti? Devotion, he says, is offering all your activity to God. When you have God in front of you and you are offering whatever activity you perform, whatever activity you carry on in the whole day, you, before performing activity, you remember God and you offer that to him. भगवान को याद करके भगवान को समर्पण करेंगे. Whatever you do, if we can just remember this in your action, everyday action, whatever you do, you think of him and then offer him. Then what will happen? Whatever result will be, that will be Yanti Brahma Sanatanam. The results will take you to Brahma. And this is what one of the devotees of Bhagwan Sri Krishna, Uddhav ji, that is what he did. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that he said, I will only eat, smell, wear, live in, talk about objects that have been offered to you. So whatever he does, he describes in so many ways, and I don't want to take you through the verses, to the verse, but it means that he promises himself as a bhakta of Bhagavan Sri Krishna that whatever I will do, I will offer that to you, and in this way, by accepting remnants as your prasad, I will easily conquer Maya. That's what Uddhav ji tells Bhagavan Sri Krishna, that what everyday life, whatever I do, I offer that to you, and whatever is remnant, I take that as prasad. And that is the way I am able to conquer Maya. So the message is that those who do not perform sacrifice, they remain entangled in this sansar, in the Maya Jal, and continue to experience the torments of Maya all the life. So to get rid of this Maya Jal, get rid of the sufferings that one encounters in this world, if you offer everything to him, and whatever comes in, you take that, then you will be free from all those melodies, and you will be able to go on the path to attain even Brahma. Now coming to next verse 32, Bhagavan is now saying, Evam bahuvidha yagya vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan viditan sarvan evam gyatva vimokshase. He is now again telling the mahima or glory of yagya, that whatever way he has given us 12 kinds of yagya, all bahuvidha yagya, and there are many of them, many because people are at different state of their, on the path of spirituality, they are at different stage. So they have problem at the level of senses, they may have problem at the level of mind, they will have problem at the level of intellect. So those who have problem at different organs of the individual, which they use for going onto the path of spiritual, moving towards the Bhagavan, wherever there is a problem, they encounter that by performing those yajna which have been described earlier. So he says all those different kinds of yajna, which they're all described in Veda. He says that know them as coming out from activities. Through the activities, through the karma, through the actions, those are sacrifices. You perform those sacrifices by performing those actions. If you do not perform action, it is the action that leads to Karmajan with this tansarman, they're all action oriented. If you do not perform action, then for example here, all these yajna have been described. So we have gone through these yajna, which was antakaran sanjam yajna, you have to perform certain action. If you have Visaya Havana Yajna, you have to get rid of the Visaya, and for that actions have to perform. So Bhagavan is saying that whether you are doing one yajna or the other, karma is involved. And if karma is involved, then you have to get that kind of karma which is not bodily involved, it is more mentally involved. I will come to that. So when here Bhagavan is saying that whatever action is performed, the Vedas accept all varieties, and all the sadhana are carried out by sadhaka who are at different levels. So based on their propensity, based on their stage of spirituality level, they perform various actions. But what is important, that while performing those actions, you must be connected to Brahma. They all are perfect provided they are connected to Brahma. If there is connection and you perform yajna, all those things, because they are all karma oriented, then you get rid of, you get free from bondage. You gyatva vimokshase, you get completely rid from the knots of material bondage. Now the karmajan vidhi, that is the actions are involved. Because the actions are performed for each sacrifice except 24, that is the Brahma, Brahmabir, Brahmagno, Brahmanavutam, that is, your action is not there, involved there, because you develop inside Brahma. Everything is Brahma. So you are leave that aside. All those 11 yajna activities or karma is involved, and those karmas should be performed with the aim of getting rid of the impurities and getting attached to the Brahma. Swami Vivekananda has given that the practice is important. You may theoretically know that this should not be done or this should be done. But if you do not engage in the action, then you will not get any result. So Swami Vivekananda has given that an ounce of practice is worth 20 tons of tall talks. That is the way of his emphasizing the fact that you should practice, you should engage into action. Those actions which will take you towards Brahma, not those actions which will take you downgrade. So, and if little bit of practice will give you tremendous advantage, Swalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Little bit of action, if you do not perform action, you will not reap any benefit whatsoever. So there is need for one to get engaged in the right action. The right is dharmamaya. Dharmamaya action must be righteousness. If you are performing adharma, then you will be into trouble. Otherwise, little bit of action, which is righteousness, then that will be free, make you free from the danger of any bad effect. You will not be getting downward grade in spiritual words, but you will be leading yourself onto this path of spirituality, higher one. Now, shall I stop here?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Prasadji. Much appreciated. Joshiji, yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Joshiji, go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Sahab, ये वर्ष को आप complete कर लीजिए, then we'll conclude.
Thank you very much. Yes. Now, this is a very, I will just touch it because this has to be described further. Shreyan dravyamaya yagyat ज्ञान यज्ञ परम तप सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते. Here Lord is talking about Dravyamaya Yajna and Jnana Yajna. Is comparing all those yajna where material is involved, material yajna, by material, and other jnana is involved. So let me put it this one here. So there is a Dravyamaya Yajna as against Jnana Yajna. Bhagavan says the Dravyamaya Yajna is inferior, or other way, Jnana Yajna is superior to Dravyamaya Yajna. And he says, what happens? Entire Sarvam Akhilam Karma, all the karma, entire karma, ultimately it goes towards liberation, and that you can get only jnana. Once the impurities are ajnana, all these acts, this fundamental principle is there, we are allowed to perform karma with aim to get rid of impurities. The karma yoga is entirely for one make attempt to get rid of impurities. Once the impurities are removed, then jnana comes in. Ajnana chala gaya, to jnana aa gaya. There is no need for one to scrape things. It is covered by, there is akshep or mala. Mal and akshep that is covering our jnana, that will be removed if the impurities are there, are removed. So Bhagavan says, Dravyamaya Yajna is inferior to Jnana Yajna. When you are enlightened, you will get jnana, you get enlightenment, you get the attitude to surrender to Bhagavan, because you use your vivek. When we have a jnana, you use vivek, you use your mind component. On the other hand, if you are using material, Dravyamaya Yajna, that means you have the material component. The body parts are there which make use of. You go on pilgrimage, you go to temple visit, bhajan, kirtan, all those rituals and everything are there. If you are not using your mind to it, if you are doing ritually just like that, you go to kirtan and bhajan, all those without mind attached to Bhagavan, then that is Dravya Yajna. That Dravya Yajna has value, but not as important as Jnana Yajna. I will explain this more next week. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Krishna.
Jai Sri Krishna, Dr. Prasad ji. Thanks to Swami Geeta Kiran ji, who has been consistently providing this beautiful platform. Thanks to Dr. Kapoor ji. Thanks to Dr. Prasad ji. Thanks to all of you. But I want to thank our guest speaker, Vivek Kamran ji, who is working very, very hard towards the conference. So let's do everything to make that conference successful. Until we meet next time, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Remember, Yagyat Karma and Bhakti Yoga can help us. Namaskar, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Guru.
Thank you, Joshi ji. Thank you, Kapoor ji. Thank you, Peter ji. Thank you, Prasad ji. Okay.